Welcome back guys. This is Ashwin here. In this video, we are going to solve the problem Q heap 1. This question is designed to help you get a better understanding of basic heap operations. You will be given queries of three types. The first query is add an element V to the heap. The second query is delete the element V from the heap. And the third one is print the minimum of all the elements in the heap. Note, it is guaranteed that the element to be deleted will be there in the heap. Also, at any instant, only distinct elements will be in the heap. So for this problem, we are going to use the heap data structure. So in the third query, we need to print minimum of all the elements. So we need to create a main heap. For each query, we need to perform the corresponding operation. To ease the coding part, I'm going to import heapq module from Python. If you want to implement heap on your own, it's also better, but it takes a few lines of code. All the concepts are same anyway. We're going to push the element into the heap, delete the element from the heap, and print the element. Basically, heap uses the array data structure. So if we understand the concept of heaps, that is enough for us. Let's see the constraints. Here the query can go up to 10 to the power of 5 and the value can go up to 10 to the power of 9. We need to solve this problem with the time complexity of order of n square. But we are going to solve it in n log n. So when we push the element or delete the element from the heap means it will call the heapify function. So it will rearrange the elements in a min heap order. So each time it will call the heapify function. So heapify function will take log n time complexity. And we can consider n is the number of queries. So totally n log n. Okay, let's see an example. Here we have 5 queries. So in the first query, we are pushing the element 4 into the heap. In the second query, we are pushing 9 into the heap. In the third query, we are going to print the minimum element. So out of these two elements, the minimum is 4. And in the fourth query, we need to delete the element 4. So after deleting the element 4, in the fifth query, the minimum element is 9 because it's the only element we have. So we print 9. Okay, let's solve the problem quickly. First, we are going to import the heap data structure from heapq import heap push and heap pop. So these are the two functions we are going to use. Each time if we call the function, it will automatically call the heapify function. So we don't need to separately call that. Okay, let's initialize an array called heap. Heap equals an empty array and we are going to create a lookup set. So lookup equals set. So this will be initialize the variables. I'm adding this lookup set to optimize the code further. So I'll explain the logic after typing the code. Now we need to get the test case input. So I'm going to use a for loop for I in range of int of input. So it will get the test case input, that is 5, and store it as a temporary variable. After that, we need to process each query. So t equals list of map of int comma input dot split. So it will take both the inputs and split it and convert it into an integer and store it as a list. Now we need to process the queries. Process the queries. If t of 0 equals 1, that is the first query, we need to push the element into the heap. So that will be heap push of the array we need to push, that is heap, and the element t of 1. Now we need to add this element to the set also. So lookup dot add t of 1. So that is the insertion. So this will be insertion. And the next one is deletion. So that will be elif t of 0 equals to. Remember, in the index 0 only, we have the query type. That's why I'm using t of 0. So to delete the element from the heap, we will just discard the element from the lookup set. So lookup dot discard the element t of I. So it will discard the element. So whenever we have the query type 2, we only discard the element from the lookup set, not in the heap. Remember that. And in the third step, that is print the minimum element. So that is the else part, because that is the remaining query we have. So in the else part, we need to print the minimum element from the heap. Usually in min heap, the minimum element will be at the root of the heap, that is heap of 0, while heap of 0 not in lookup. That means if the element are deleted before, that means if the element deleted before means we need to pop the element from the heap. That will be heap pop of heap. It does this operation until the minimum element is in the lookup set. So if the element is in lookup set, the while loop breaks. Finally, we will print the minimum element, that is heap of 0. So this will delete the min element until it's in lookup set. Okay, this is the overall logic of the problem. First, we are initializing the corresponding variables, and after that, we are taking the input as a list. We are processing each query by using the 0 index. If it's query 1, we need to push the element into the heap and add that element to the lookup set. In the deletion operation, we are just discarding the element in the lookup set alone. If you try to delete the element from the heap means it will take some additional time. That's why I'm just optimizing like this. And in the last query, we need to print the minimum element. The minimum element always at the root of the heap, that is heap of 0. If heap of 0 is not in the lookup set means that the element is already deleted. So we will pop the element from the heap and check for the next minimum element. If the element is in lookup set means the while loop breaks and we print the element. This overall process continues for all the queries. If you have any other logic other than this, please leave a comment below. It will be very helpful for others. And let's run the code now. It passed the sample test case. Let's submit it. That's it, guys. We solved the problem. If this video is helpful to you, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe the channel for future videos. See you guys in the next video.